done well, and with your help the docks are secure. But in your absence, there have been other difficulties. While you were dealing with the visitors, there came news of another murder within Blacklake, a Lord Hawks, murdered in a similar fashion to the other two nobles. This does not change our agreement. You have paid for your entrance to Blacklake by serving me and serving well. I only tell you this so you will take caution when you enter Blacklake. Anyone tied to me or this organization found there will not be given mercy. As for the docks, with your efforts, I doubt even the Nine could uproot us now, and certainly without causing more trouble than they wish to prevent. You have done all I asked, and now do I not only wish to grant you access to Blacklake, there is something else I wish to share with you. Our larger plan, and the nature of our associates within Neverwinter. All that I have requested of you is to help stabilize our presence here, and also stabilize Neverwinter itself. The social function we represent cannot exist without a city to live within. Perhaps you have heard of the Shadow Thieves, the disciples of the Shadow God Mask. They have a network throughout Faerun, and they are here as well. Through us, it is knowledge that few under my employ have, even Moya, but such things are easily cloaked from her. You, however, deserve to know more. Because you have earned it. You need not be a member of the Shadow Thieves to continue in my service. But if you wish to become part of their organization, that prestige is now open to you, just as the gates of Blacklake are. The benefits are largely those you would enjoy in my service. But if you choose the prestige path, you may find your skills and abilities strengthened by such a connection. You may choose this path at any time, not solely here. Just be aware it exists and keep it in mind. For now, I wish to reward you with access to the Blacklake district. Karina will show you the way. She's waiting for you at the inn next to the district gate. Be careful. The recent murder of Lord Hawks has made travel there even more dangerous than before.
Well met, well met. Thank you for the quicksilver. I've been waiting for its arrival for what seems like ages. It makes me almost wish it could have sprouted legs and found its way on its own. But then it wouldn't be liquid, would it? I must confess, normally I'm rather, reclusive. Not that I dislike people, mind you, quite the contrary. But lately, with all the troubles, a murderer on the loose and young nobles sneaking around up to who knows what, I've had to place wards around my home. Ah, yes. Lately I've seen figures sneaking around in the dark, and not that well-meaning sort of sneaking either. It's obvious what they want. Why, my house, of course. As if I would ever sell it. Ridiculous. I'd sooner give up my left eye. But my right annoys me at times, so that would be an easier sell. Oh, no. Still have all of those. Yes, I do. Still as sharp as a club. Wouldn't trade a house for my wits. Not at all. Well, perhaps for my gardener's mind. In any event, back when I first settled in Neverwinter, my humble abode was on the outskirts of Blacklake, bordering acres of untouched wilderness. Now, with Neverwinter being rebuilt, following all that plague nonsense, my property went from the periphery to being right on the main thoroughfare of the rich part of Neverwinter. All the nobility wants to live in Blacklake, but there's no more room, so lately they've been trying various ways to convince me to sell my land. First, they tried offering me ridiculous sums of gold. What do I need with more gold?
I wish more people would give that question a little thought.
Next, they tried making loud noises late at night. But I need little sleep, so the only thing they accomplished was scaring away the night birds that raid my garden, for which I thank them. Lately, they must be getting desperate, because most nights I can look out and see them watching me. Of course. Who else would sneak around my home? Well, present company excluded. Oh, that's right. You came here for a reason, yes? Great dear, what a tale! The moment you arrived, I knew I'd be interested in meeting you. Wish I'd known that when I first greeted you. Would have saved some time. You've certainly come to the right place. A while ago, I found another shard with properties similar to the ones you possess. I've done every possible test on the shard, but learned little. However, I've never had another shard to compare it against. If you'd like some answers, I'll gladly run some tests on your shards. I have just enough quicksilver to do it. Well, now, I'm sure it would make for a fascinating tale, except that I don't remember. I've had no reason to remember, but I suppose I should try now that you've asked me. Someone had to have given it to me, right? I remember a well-dressed man, perhaps nobility, though I'd never asked such a personal question. He gave me this shard, asked me to study it and report my findings. Now that I think about it, he's never returned for an answer. Not that I've had one to give him. And I never did catch his name, so I wouldn't be able to find him either. Irrelevant, since, like I said, I haven't been able to glean any useful information from my single shard. So it turns out the tale wasn't nearly as fascinating as I hoped. A pity. Back to my original question, then. Would you like me to run some tests on your shards? Ah, thank you. I'll be right back with this. My tests are complete. With another shard to use as a comparison, well, I learned quite a bit. Quite a lot, actually. It appears these shards contain latent magical energy, either caused by a strong enchantment from when they were whole or from their method of destruction. Furthermore, the shards resonate when they are brought together, increasing their magical energy output accordingly. These shards are pieces of a broken Githyanki silver sword. Are you familiar with the Githyanki? The Githyanki silver swords are forged with the special purpose of severing the silver cord that connects the form of an astrally projecting traveler to his or her material counterpart. They look like a regular Githyanki weapon until used in combat, at which point they turn into a column of flowing, shimmering liquid. Really quite amazing, I'm told. I believe the shards that you have found are pieces of one of these silver swords. I presume the Githyanki have come to Faerun to recover the shards. Common Githyanki would not possess a silver sword. These swords are rare and highly prized. They are given by the Lich Queen to only the greatest of Githyanki knights. When one of their silver swords falls into the hands of a non-Githyanki, they will go to extraordinary lengths to recover it. Often enough that there is a special group of Githyanki, the Sword Stalkers, whose sole purpose is to seek out any of the missing silver swords and punish the thieves who took them. I've never heard of one being broken before. It could be that the Githyanki are as interested in how it was broken as they are in reclaiming the pieces. I wish I knew more. Amanjero was the real expert. He actually possessed a silver sword. Amanjero? Oh, he was a court wizard of Neverwinter decades ago. I met him a few times. He was a nice fellow, a little absent-minded with a tendency to drift off the subject. Amanjero reminded me of my old mentor, Master Growler. Had the largest collection of noisy, exotic birds, made quite a racket, you know, chirping and squawking. I suppose they would. But if they went after Amanjero, they never found him. He passed away as quietly as he lived. I have no idea. He was a gentle sort, though, so I doubt that he stole or killed for the sword. Well, he's dead now, so I'm not sure finding him will help you much. When word of Amon's death reached me, it was from a messenger who had heard it in passing. The nobles who ruled Neverwinter at the time must have assumed I would simply know if another scholar passed away, for they had not mentioned it to me. It was almost an afterthought. I learned later that it was partly due to what Amon's family wanted, and what had been requested by the deceased, to enter life quietly and to leave it the same way. It is sad in this age when the passing of a humble scholar and indistinct court wizard barely warrants a footnote in history. It makes me wonder, will anyone remember me when I'm gone? The Jero family was purported to have moved far away from Neverwinter following the war and Amanjero's passing. Well, there is Jero's Haven. I suppose you could try looking there. I suspect that the Neverwinter archives here in Blacklake would have its location. They typically keep noble family records in the secured archives. They don't allow just anyone to access them, though. I petitioned to be allowed to peruse the secured archives, but I was denied because, well, some silly misunderstanding regarding misplaced books that somehow ended up in my possession. Normally, you would have to petition for access, which could take several weeks. However, ask the guards at the archives to speak directly with Archives Administrator Kotnik. He has been known to let me in, quietly on occasion. Very well. Thank you for your visit, and for letting me chat with you. Quite enlightening, really. Oh, and before I forget, you may take my shard. I've no use for it any longer, and who knows, you may gather more. Do be careful, though. I plan to raise my wards again after you have left to keep out those young nobles skulking about. Hope we haven't talked too long. Otherwise, they may have gathered their courage and attempted to sneak in.
Porus. Apio novo. Porus.
What's going on? Genpei ye Koro.
Follow me. Take that! Take that!
Looks like we've got some more targets to butcher.
Take that!
Everyone follow me and try to keep up. want now?
Glory conforus. Apio no.
Yes.
Yenpei ye koro.
Glory conforus.
What do you want now?
Yes.
Let me lead the way. You
How
follow
can I help?
behind.
Yes.
How can I help?
Yes. Time for a little fun. All right.
What do you want now?
How can I help?
Yes.
Time for a... Take that! Yeah?
All right, I can do that.
Lemme ring.
My tears right, body.
Well, well. Looks like we have some new targets.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah?
How can I help?
Yeah?
How can I help?
Yes.
How can I help?
Yes. Yes. Follow me.
We have the location of Haven. Interesting. There is another Gerald. Ziri will want her. I shall take care of the descendant. Wipe out all mention of the thief. Then rejoin the others. The collector! Kill him!
Time to kill. Time for a little fun.
Who's for a fight? Come on! Let me go bring. Chandra? The High Cliff girl with the flammable barn?
We need to get to her and quick! The Gith Yankee are probably heading there right now!
Glory Conforus. Apio no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yenpei ye koro.
Glory Conforus.
There she is! Capture her! Zieri wants her alive!
What in the hells is going on?
Things have turned out well for us, my brothers. The girl and the Kalakcha, both within our reach. Take one team and capture the girl alive. The rest of us will deal with this one.
What's going on?
Yes.
Yes. I guess I can do that.
Eleme Bahrain.
Looks like we have company. Looks like we've got some more targets to butcher.
Well, well. Looks like we have some new targets.
All right.
Split up and search the rooms. It should not be difficult to find the girl in here. So the Kalakcha survived. Deal with him first. The girl can wait.
What are we waiting for? Let's attack! Ideas right, Botic. To battle!
Eleme Bahrain.
Follow me.
What's
You
going
again.
on?
Don't come any closer. What? I'm not going anywhere. Why won't you all just leave me alone?
How can I help?
What's going on?
Yeah?
Sure, I can do that.
What do you want now?
Stop right there. What do you want with me? I don't even know. That's my house. First my barn, now my house?
This brings back memories.
Looks like those things are trying to smoke us out. Well, it worked. Let's get out of here before this place collapses.
This one won't be breathing long.
Well, look who showed up.
Looks like we've got some more targets to butcher.
Well, well. Looks like we have some new targets. Attack! Well, well.
So my barn and home are both burned to the ground. Any more of your help and all of Highcliffe will be the next to go. Anyway, I think it's best we part ways now. You go your way, I'll go mine. Look, I barely know you, but what I do know is whenever you show up, trouble's not far behind. So I think it's best we say our farewells now.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Sure, I can do that.
All right, I can do that. All right, I can do that.
Thanks. Maybe I should have stuck with you after all. Honestly, I don't know. But I'm done running from you. For now. Look, we really need to get out of here before more of these creatures show up. Do you know of anywhere safe that we can talk?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to have to watch her all the time.
You don't have to watch me. I can take care of myself. You're the ones who need watching. I'm surprised all of Neverwinter hasn't burned down while you were there.
Trust me, if I wanted to burn a place down, you'd know. But if you don't want to come with us, fine by me.
Why not? My barn's gone, my house is gone. Are we leaving right away?
Well, now I see you've brought someone new to my establishment. Now, who is this young lady? Please, lass, come in, come in. Make yourself at home. This here is the Sunken Flagon. I own it. You'll be safe here. Krabnar, play a tune or something. Make the lady feel welcome.
Why, of course! I was just thinking.
Look, we don't need a lecture on what passes through your head and out your mouth. Just play.
Well, the innkeeper certainly runs hot and cold. All right, I agreed to let you bring me here. Now I want some answers.
Not all of us wanted you here. Trust me.
What happened at my farm? Who were those creatures, and why were they after me? You! How dare you call me that? I should never have trusted you.
Yeah, and after that, you can be silent for as long as you want. And find some other inn to shack up at.
What could I possibly know that would be important? I lived on that farm all my life. Did they want to learn how to milk cows? Amanjaro? He was my grandfather. Or my great-grandfather. Or was it my great-great-grandfather? I heard he was an eccentric but humble wizard. But he died a long time ago. What's he got to do with this whole mess? My mother told me about the Haven when I was a child. I thought it was just a tale she used to make me do my chores on time. She always threatened to lock me in there if I wasn't a good girl. I have no idea where it is. Knowing its location wouldn't help you much anyway. My mother said something about a path you have to walk to get to it. Like a series of challenges, but I don't remember what they are. She also said getting into the Haven requires a pint of fresh blood. And not just any blood will do. It has to be Jarrow blood. Wait, is that why you rescued me? So you could bleed me?
Oh, I get it now. I was wondering why we brought her here. She was really starting to bother me.
If you think I'm going to let you drag me into some dark dungeon I used to have nightmares about, think again. Well, if you think you stand a chance of doing it, go ahead and try. See, you brought me to a public tavern in the middle of a city filled with guards who are only a scream away. You make one move and you'll be locked up so deep you'll have to dig your way to where you're going. Look, I can barely think, let alone stand. I really need rest. We can talk about this tomorrow.
Is she sleeping here too?